Okay. Dear teachers, welcome to JSN English Learning. We are with Unit 7 of PGTRB and we are discussing the poems of Nizzim Ezekiel. And all these poems are found in this text, 10 20th century Indian poets, chosen and edited by R. Parthasarathi. And the poem that we are going to discuss now is Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. Okay, look at the title of the poem. Okay, Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. Okay, Goodbye Party. The very title itself is. Teachers, kindly mute your mics because I see there are people who are using your mics. It's rather very disturbing. Goodbye Party. So there is a party hosted for a lady by name Miss Pushpa. And it is supposed to be, that actual term is farewell party. But here, it is stated as goodbye party. Now, before getting into all the detailed discussion, let's find out in which collection of Nizzim Ezekiel's poetry this particular poem appears. Okay, this poem appeared in Nizzim Ezekiel's 6th volume of poetry titled Hymns in Darkness, which was published in 1976. Okay, and now what is the occasion of the poem? It's nothing but there is a lady by name Miss Pushpa. Pushpa is a woman, and she is an employee, and she is going to foreign country. She is going abroad, okay, to see green pasture. And on the occasion, there is, as you read the poem, it must be a senior who is trying to bid farewell. He is trying to bid farewell to Miss Pushpa, and he is speaking about the good thing, all good things about Pushpa. Now, what type of narrative is employed in Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa? I've been getting the narrative form is dramatic monologue. There is a person who speaks, and we are informed that there are people who are listening. So the man who speaks is highly dramatizing. This is the narrative technique that is adopted by Nizzim Ezekiel. We know for certain that dramatic monologue was a form which was popularized by Robert Browning. And that particular narrative form is used here. Now, this poem comes under the genre called satire. What is satire? A poem which mocks at something, that is called satire. It also mocks at the way Indians use English language. English language is only the second language of Indians, and it is not the mother tongue. So there is nothing wrong when English is not used properly. This is the reality. We need to keep this in mind. Take it from me, my dear teachers. Okay, for Indians, English is not their mother tongue. It is only the second language. Okay, so when it is second language, they try to use English as they wish. And Nizzim Ezekiel, who is an Anglo-Indian, is trying to point at the errors that Indians commit. He is not trying to make fun of them, or he is not trying to embarrass Indians, but he is trying to caution them regarding the correct usage of English language. Okay, and then when Indians speak the English, their English is very much impacted by the Hindustani tongue. The Hindustani tongue, the native tongue, has a great impact on the native grammatical structure. The native vocabulary has a great impact on the foreign tongue that Indians try to use. This is called Babu English. Okay, and Nizzim Ezekiel is trying to write this poem using Babu English. Babu. What is Babu English? Hey, it is a Hindustani dialect of English language. Hindustani dialect of, okay, Hindustani dialect of English language. Now, the term Babu, it doesn't refer to Mahatma Gandhi, because Gandhi is also known, Mahatma Gandhi is also fondly is addressed by many as Babu. But here, the reference to Babu is, the word Babu is used as a derogatory term to refer to subordinate Indians by the colonizers, colonial employees. They refer to Indian employees, employees as, okay, Babu, because English for Indians was a second language, and the people try to speak in a very funny way, okay, messing with the wrong the usage of the language. Did you get that, teachers? Did you understand that? Now, regarding the dialect in which the language, we also already said it is Bapu. I was trying to speak about Bapu's English. Now, this poem is written in the dialect of the urban Indians, particularly those people who lived in Bombay during the time of Nizzim Ezekiel. It is a group of elite Indians who were speaking English, and their English was not perfect like that of the native Englishman. It was with lot of flaws, but these people took pride in speaking English with lot of flaws. That is how you will find a lot of wrong usages in this particular poem. Let's get into the poem and see what are the wrong usages and what are the right usages. Is it okay, teachers? Is it possible for you to follow what I was narrating?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go. Now, look at the way. There is a speaker. Okay, the speaker, after reading the first stanza, you will know the speaker is a senior and he is a male. It's a male speaker. Friends, our dear sister is departing for foreign in 2 or 3 days, and we are meeting today to wish her bon voyage, bon voyage or bon voyage. Okay, so there is a man, a senior, must be the boss or the senior employee. He is addressing a gathering of colleagues, and they have gathered to bid farewell to a co-employee by name Pushpa, who is going abroad. நீங்க ஃபாரின் போறது அப்படிங்கிறது தமிழ்ல நான் வந்து வெளிநாடுகளுக்கு செல்கிறேன், கோயிங், டிபார்ட்டிங் ஃபார் ஃபாரின் அப்படிங்கிறது it's a wrong usage. Okay, normally we say is going abroad. Going abroad. Our dear sister is going abroad. I look at the Indian way. இரண்டு அல்லது மூன்று தினங்களில். That is how we think in the Dravidian tongue. ஆனா இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா there is a man who is communicating in English, but he is trying to be very, very, okay, Indianized in this conversation. In 2 or 3 days. And look at the next structure. We are meeting today. What is the correct structure? We are meeting. It is present continuous tense. But normally when we are speaking, we normally are supposed to speak using simple present tense. We have met today, or we meet today. We meet today. The purpose of our meeting is to wish her, okay, safe passage. Instead of using an ordinary expression, okay, there is a man who is trying to use a French expression, bon voyage. Bon voyage is a French expression to mean safe journey. Okay, so the intention of Pushpa is to travel to a foreign country, and she wants to stay there, settle down there. So going abroad. Instead of using the term that is used is departing for foreign country. Now, go to the next stanza. Look at the way the second stanza begins with a lot of loss. You are all knowing, friends, what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. I don't mean only external sweetness, but internal sweetness. Miss Pushpa is smiling, even for no reason, but simply because she is feeling. All continuous tense form is used. Progressive sense is being used. Look at the opening line. You are all knowing, friends. It's a very wrong usage. What is the correct usage? My dear friends, we all know that Miss Pushpa is a sweet person. But look at the wrong usage. What sweetness is in Pushpa? Sometime it can be interpreted differently. What sweetness is in Miss Pushpa? It can have sexual connotation also, if it is read as it is. But we need to, when we read, we need to know that this is a wrong usage. The correct usage is Miss Pushpa is a very sweet person to move with. Okay, I don't mean only external sweetness. What is the speaker trying to mean? He says that Miss Pushpa is very good person, both in manners and in intention, but it is communicated differently. I don't mean only external sweetness, but internal sweetness. Did you understand that, teachers? Now, yes. Look at the next line. Miss Pushpa is smiling and smiling. The art of repetition is quite common in Indian languages. நான் உனக்கு பல முறை சொல்லிக் கொண்டே இருக்கிறேன். நான் திரும்பியும் சொல்லிக்கிட்டே இருக்கேன். ஆனா இங்கிலீஷ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க? Miss Pushpa smiles for no reason. She smiles because she feels. அப்படி simple present எழுதாம எல்லாமே continuous tense. Miss Pushpa is smiling and smiling even for no reason, but simply because she is feeling. Okay, Miss Pushpa feels and smiles. அவ்வளவுதான். ஆனா அது வந்து ரொம்ப பெருசா அப்படியே ரொம்ப இந்தியன் லாங்குவேஜஸ்ல பேசுற மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷ பேசியிருக்கார் the speaker. Now, here this man is going to speak about the family of Miss Pushpa. Miss Pushpa is coming from a very high family. High, all that word high is used to speak about the height. But here, normally, when we speak about the family, we say from a great family. Miss Pushpa hails from a very great family. We don't use the adjective high. But here, wantonly, Nizzim Ezekiel has used the word high just to mock at how Indians speak English language. What he has observed, that he has converted into the drafting of this poem. Okay, so the error and the correct form you need to know, because that may be asked in exam. What is the error in this particular line of the poem? What is the correct form of this particular statement? Now, the speaker is going to speak about the father of Pushpa. Her father was a renowned advocate in Bulsa or Surat. This idea is very, very absurd, this statement, because the man is going to speak high about somebody. When you want to speak about somebody, you should be well prepared. Okay, Englishmen will not go and speak about somebody without a prepared script. But here, there is a man who is speaking about some person without accurate data. I do not know whether it is in Bulsa or in Surat. I am not remembering now which place. I don't remember. That's a correct usage. Here it is a wrong usage. I am not remembering ing form again, continuous form, which is absurd. The correct usage is I don't remember where he was an advocate. Now, after speaking about the place, the man starts digressing from the speech. When you are eulogizing a person, when you are praising a person, you need to speak only about the person. But the Indian habit is to digress from the main story line. So here too, the speaker is digressing. Digressing na main தண்டவாளத்துல இருந்து அப்படி வெளியில போறது, derailing we call it. Okay, பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்ததை விட்டுட்டு வேற ஏதாவது பேசுறது. So now what is the man going to say? Instead of speaking about Miss Pushpa, he is going to speak about the place called Surat. Surat, yes, once, only I stayed in Surat. Look at the position of the adverb. Only once. Only should be placed in the first place. But here, it is placed in the second place. Only once I stayed in Surat with family members of my uncle's very old friend. His wife was cooking nicely. You need to write it as his wife was a great cook. And that was long time ago. You have to take this particular adverb phrase to the first place. Long time ago, I stayed in Surat with the family member of my uncle's old friend, whose wife was a good cook or a great cook. This is the right way. So the adverbials are placed in the wrong position. And this is how sometimes Indians mess with the language. Now, coming back to Pushpa, coming back to Miss Pushpa. Let me be back to speak of Miss Pushpa. That's the correct usage. She is the most, the is missing. And when you are going to use superlative degree of an adjective, you need to use, she is the most popular lady. Okay, she is the most popular lady. Look at the next line, with men also and women also. She is popular among men and women. That's the correct usage. But here, typical Indian usage. She is the most popular lady. She is popular among எழுதிருக்கலாம், popular among. ஆனா the is missing. She is most popular among. She is more popular among, or she is the most popular lady among men and women அப்படின்னு எழுதிருக்கலாம். ஆனா with men also, women also. That is being used. Now, coming to the next idea, whenever I ask her to do anything, this is regarding the personal experience which the speaker is going to share about Miss Pushpa's dedication to work. அவங்க எவ்வளவு தூரம் டெடிகேட்டடா இருந்தாங்க அப்படிங்கிறத பத்தி சொல்ல போறாரு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, நான் என்னைக்காவது அவருக்கு வேலை கொடுத்தேன்னா அது அவ உடனே செஞ்சு முடிச்சிருவா. அதை எப்படி அவர் இங்கிலீஷ்ல கம்யூனிகேட் பண்றாங்க? Whenever I asked her to do anything, she was saying, just now only I will do it. Whenever I asked her to do any work, she used to say, I'll do it immediately. I will do it immediately. That's the right expression. ஆனா இவர் அப்படியே பேச்சு வழக்குல இருக்கிறது அப்படியே கம்யூனிகேட். She was saying, just now only I will do it. This is wrong usage. That is showing good spirit. That shows the good spirit of Miss Pushpa. I'm always appreciating the good spirit. I always appreciate the good spirit. That's the correct usage. Now, okay, he is going again to speak about the greatness of Miss Pushpa. Miss Pushpa is never saying no. Whenever I or anybody is saying, she is always saying yes. What is the correct usage? Miss Pushpa never says no, whether it is somebody or I who ask her for a favor. She always says yes. And now he comes to the final point. She says, today she is going to improve her prospect. Today she is she is planning to go abroad to become prosperous. And we wish her bon voyage. And after completing, he says, now I ask other speakers to speak. And now I ask others to felicitate her. And after all the felicitations are over, Miss Pushpa will give the acceptance speech. அப்படின்னு முடிச்சிருக்கணும். ஆனா இவர் எப்படி எழுதுறாரு? Now I ask other speakers to speak, and afterwards Miss Pushpa will do the summing up. Summing upனா இவங்க பேசின எல்லாத்தையும் அப்படியே ஒட்டுமொத்தமா என்ன பண்றது? சம்மரியா சொல்றது. She is not going to sum up. She is only going to give the acceptance, and she is going to say Bye-bye. Look at the way the poem is written with typical Babu's dialect, the dialect of Bombay Indians during the time of Nizzim Ezekiel. And this is the poem. Okay, this is the poem titled Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. Do you have any doubts, teachers?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay, right.